Good evening, everyone. Tonight is one of our fifth Thursdays where we can have a laid-back time of just discussion and question-answer. We welcome everyone here and those at home who are watching. The way this works is we will just one at a time come up to the podium, state your name, address if you live in the city or county, and if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer those. And if we don't have the answers, we will make sure to get your name and number and get the answers for you. So we will, at 7:03 tonight, begin our workshop. Well, no, it's not a workshop. Our town hall meeting. So we'll just take turns one at a time. Just head to the microphone and let us know what you'd like to find out.
Get this started. Meredith Kaiser, 7321 Cox Run Court. And I'm, full disclosure, I admit to being one of the folks who voted for the city signs, the version C. And I don't think they look anything like they looked in the rendering. The renderings that we looked at when we voted were black and white. And the writing was in black and, clearly legible. And I picked that particular one, the version C, because I like the idea of the stone, the stonework, and the wood trim. And I thought they were going to be beautiful. And I have to tell you, I can't read them. I cannot read them. I cannot read them first thing in the morning. I cannot read them at night with the floodlights on them. And I don't know what happened along the way, whether it was the contractor did not do what we thought they were going to do. I remember the whole discussion throughout the year, and I've got pretty good notes about we were under great pressure to spend the money or else we were going to lose the money. And so I realized that we were pushed into this. But I still, I really thought we were going to have something that was going to look as nice as we did out at the park. And I don't know. I'm disappointed in the result.
Mayor Bob Ryle and I have reached out to the contractor. The letters are not what we ordered, not what was on, the plan. So they are going to be replaced. And they're going to be the white acrylic that they're supposed to be on the dark background so they can be seen. And I agree with you. I can't see them during the day or at night. And when they were constructed and the construction was finished, I was like, that doesn't match what we voted on and what we ordered. So went and had a talk with our city manager, and he reached out to the contractor, and they're going to be replaced.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on that and say that we all received some communications about it, and Miss Jones was on vacation last week, or we would have gotten something to y'all much sooner. But there was some communication about that with the contractor. And I just want to say how appreciative I am that people were so forthcoming with their feedback on it and not holding back at all. I thought that was really helpful so that we could make sure the signs were beautiful and legible, really, truly, in all sincerity, to make sure that they were legible. But we saw what you saw too, and we're glad that they'll be fixed.
In all fairness, the contractor, it took, because of the weather and everything, it kind of took them a while there. And there was one day when they had clearly run out of stone. And I was like, well, when is more stone coming, and are they going to be able to match it? And so I was very relieved to see it finished identical. that work. I mean,
Yes.
the work that they did, they worked hard. It just, the result wasn't what we were wanting, I
Yeah.
believe.
Well, it's nice that they're willing to go back and fix it, and it's going to be an iterative process, but we'll get it right. Did you see the update at Veterans Park, by the way?
Yes,
Some things
I
posted.
love that stonework.
That looks
It's
beautiful,
beautiful.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and nice and wide so you can get wheelchair and everything through there.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's great. Thank you all.
I think once the letters are replaced, you'll be very pleased. I think those signs are absolutely beautiful.
Well, I also believe on the original rendering that was elected to be constructed, they're supposed to be backlit and not a spotlight on it. So
That's been addressed as well.
yeah.
Well, Miss Mary, not to put you on the spot, but isn't there a book sale coming up in August? Did you want to talk about that? Yes, yes. Thank you.
All right, now I put on my Friends of the Library hat. The Fairview Library book sale is at the end of August, starting this next. You know the book drop for dropping off your books for the sale. That's going to be closed come Monday, because we will not add any more books into the shed until we bring them out for the sale. So we will not be taking any more books until after the sale, so that'll be like in September. Book sale is the last week of the month of August. Our small business supporters will be getting their little tickets that they can share with their employees and their favorite customers for them to come to preview night, which will be the Wednesday night. So they'll get first dibs on all the new materials.
August
26th
26th.
through the 29th, yeah.
Yeah. And we quit DVDs and VHS tapes.
Okay.
Just
And
getting
August 26th is for preview for
preview
business.
night, yes, for
businesses
members and the business
members and
and the
businesses who-
businesses who will hand out tickets to anybody who they want to let come.
And then Thursday will start
In
the regular book
in the
sale.
morning, Thursday,
Okay,
Friday,
Thursday morning.
Saturday. Finish on Saturday at 3.
But you can join on Wednesday night.
But
So
you
if
can
wanna
join on
come,
Wednesday
If
night,
you want to come to
yes.
the preview, $10 to join
Come to
as a member,
preview
right?
and become a member. That would be
Yes.
great.
Businesses are 50, right?
50 for a business, 10
Yeah.
for an individual.
Okay.
Yeah, happy to see some more businesses. At the, when we sponsored the Around Town Coffee in this month, we got 2 new business members.
Congratulations.
I think it's because of your board that you had up with all the logos. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, so we gained the Resound Credit Union and we gained Wyckoff Real Estate.
And then the proceeds from the book sale, can you talk a little bit about where the money goes?
Proceeds, okay, they go to the needs of the Fairview Library, and some of them go for programs, so like the summer reading program. Some of them go for materials to let our librarian in Fairview get just a bit more than they get allocated from the county. Equipment, they've got some new tables and chairs that you may have seen in the meeting room, and they've got a new display rack for some DVDs.
And if my memory serves, there's also a bake sale, right?
Oh, the bake sale is FCE, your bake sale, and they do that on just the one day, Saturday. Yeah, it'll be all day Saturday, and marvelous food.
It's
just
so good.
Wonderful pies, cakes, yes.
Thank you.
Sure.
What time does it start on Saturday? 9, okay.
Speaking of Saturdays, isn't this Saturday the back thing too? I'll mention that maybe.
This Saturday is our back-to-school giveaway. Backpacks and businesses will be set up with their tents, giving out school supplies. So it's from 9 to 11. And then from 11 to 1, the Pearl is having their 3rd anniversary birthday party. So at the Pearl from 11 to 1, everybody can come out there and celebrate their anniversary.
Speaking of birthdays, 2 days ago, I don't know if too many people know about it, but was the city of Fairview's 67th birthday. So I think it would be nice that we start doing something on the anniversary of when we were incorporated as a city. Just putting that out there.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Little birthday cake, I don't know.
You're going to start singing happy birthday to Fairview.
There we go.
Jessica DePaul, 7326 Overby Road. I live in the county, but I run a business with my father in the city. And speaking of anniversaries, September will be our 20th anniversary of opening our doors in Fairview. And so we're looking forward to celebrating that. But tonight, and excuse my appearance, I just got back from meeting the principal of Fairview Elementary School, and they had a popsicle and principal event, and it was a lot of fun. She seems great, so we're really excited about the school year. I was hoping someone else would talk about this, so maybe I wouldn't have to, but I'm gonna be brave, because in 2021, I sold a friend a house. It was his first home, and he was so excited about it. It was a tough market. We fought really hard for probably over a year to find him a home. And just a few weeks ago, he woke up to realizing that the Fairview Police Training Facility is being built in front of his home. And he was pretty upset, and we talked on the phone for a long time. And so, I have a lot of concerns about that location. It's down a 1-lane road called Bates Trail, and it's off of 2 sub-roads. One is the road he lives on, Danbury, and the other one is Lisbon. And Lisbon is a very short road that will end where the police training facility will be built. And as much as I, want our police to be trained properly, and I'm excited for them to have a new facility, I'm definitely super concerned about the location we chose. He is right now at the town hall meeting in Hickman County to talk to them about it. And, it feels like we went really fast on that location as far as figuring out if it was the right one. It's got homes on 3 sides. It's got a railroad track on the 4th side. It's an inactive railroad track, but it could become active again. And I just, I wonder if more people had gone and seen the location in person, if that vote would have been different. The residents didn't get a say in where the location is because the zoning was already set up for a community facility. And so they were able to put it there because of the community facility zoning with agricultural zoning. And so I'm just coming here to, try to voice his opinion on it since he didn't get one, and let you guys know that, I've done a lot of research, and the location does seem like it could have been better chosen in a lot of ways. So I do ask that maybe you guys drive down there and see where it is if you haven't been in person yet, and see how many people live around the location. And just, I don't know if there's anything to be done at this point because they've already started moving dirt and the process has started. So, not that I want to stop and slow down Fairview. I want us to continue to grow and have great things for us. But it seems like the citizens in Fairview didn't want that project here for many reasons. And so we took it to our neighbors and we chose zoning that didn't allow them to have an opinion about it. And so I'm just a little disappointed in how that process went. And I don't know if you guys have any questions for me, but I'm happy to answer any if you do.
I have one, Miss Jessica.
Sure.
How many years have y'all been in Wycott, and what was the years before that?
So we started as Big Dog Realty. My dad opened the doors in 2006 in September and went through a pretty tough market through '08 and made it through. And then we joined Wycott Realtors in 2018, I believe. So we franchised in about 2018. And yeah, that's got to be right because my son was born the year after we franchised. So that sounds right. So now we are Wycott Realtors Big Dog Group.
Yeah. Just curious. Thank you.
Are you doing anything for your anniversary?
We are planning some things right now. We have a couple ideas that we are going to run with. And so keep an eye on our social media for that. And we'll be at the Back to School Bash. And we're doing a lot of fun things right now with the community. So
And so are you like just going to do like the whole month of September, or is it a certain day?
maybe,
or-
yeah. I was thinking about spotlighting our favorite things about Fairview every day, our nonprofits that we love and we've been involved in. And hopefully we'll be able to give back and show Fairview the love that they've shown us for the last 20 years. Thank you.
Don't be shy. I know that everybody is here and they must have some sort of fun thing to add to tonight's town hall. Tell us some good news. Well, I'm looking forward to City Center next door going vertical. That's going to be really exciting. I have a lot of people ask me, you know, they see the sign up front for Lennar Homes, and they're like, oh, I thought this was going to be, you know, businesses and restaurants and retail, and what happened with that? And I said, well, you know, with the rest, or with the this 52-acre piece of property, you know, there are going to be townhomes and residential, but it's in the back part. So if they advertise back there, nobody'd see it. So that's kind of a, you know, explanation why they would advertise up front. We had an around town coffee here where Dave McGowan came from Region Homes and spoke, and he told us the plans for next door, which are very exciting. Some live work areas like you see in Franklin. There's some out parcel for restaurants and retail. We don't know what yet, but I'm sure when they go vertical, we'll find out. And there's an area in the center where it's a gathering area for our community. As we know, with the construction going on, we're putting in sidewalks. We've got a traffic light at Cumberland and 100. Would have liked to have seen that finished sooner, but they do have hours of operation for when school starts back from 9 to 3 to get the kiddos in school and then out of school without the construction holding up the buses. So, but it's just really exciting to see the walkability. I just love, you know, our community being able to walk from one end of Fairview to the other, and just when City Center gets finished, being able to enjoy that community feel. So, and when the sidewalks are finished, and then when that traffic light's finished, it's going to be, you know, something we've been waiting on for a long time.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to talk about a couple of things that's completely off that type of thing. First thing I know, thank goodness for the rain, but in a lot of cases it hasn't been good. We have detention ponds sometimes that malfunction, sometimes it creates a problem for the residents. But anyway, what I'm going to ask tonight, if you know of a detention pond that you don't think is working properly, give me a call. I'll go by and look at it. I can't stop the flow of water, but if I see something wrong with the detention pond, I can at least get the word to the right people to see if it can be corrected. The other thing I'd like to mention is I haven't given up on the time capsule at the library for the tornado that happened many years ago, which was in 2008 in February. But we're still working. The library staff is looking over there quite a bit, and I'm asking anybody that I think might have been involved to get any information to me about it. But I know the city, now that I've opened up a can of pork and beans, so to speak, they want to find out about this time capsule. So hopefully we can find out about it one day. So anyway, that's all I have. Thank you.
That is a cool mystery. It'd be fun to find that out. I remember that tornado of 2008, and it was a quite scary one. I remember out on Coldwater, there's a family, Coldwater got obliterated, and that's out in the Pine, going towards Pinewood. And there was a family in a house that I guess they got afraid and they ran outside, and they both, husband and wife, held on to a tree as their house was just demolished. And they survived, but it was a lot of people in the Coldwater area lost their homes. And I tell you, so like if you're going down the street and you see the edge of the street where, you know, there's trees, and when the trees are grown up above the street, you feel safe because, you know, you can't go off the side of the street because there's trees right next to it. All of those trees, I saw the aerial view, and it was like you could see the trees down in a swirl. It looked like a swirly pattern from, you know, from an aerial. And driving on that road after, it was almost like there was a 30-foot drop, and it was kind of scary, but it was neat how all our community came together and supported each other and got everything rebuilt. And that was a really scary tornado that came through here. So the time capsule.
That's part of what's
I
in the
know.
time capsule
That's
is
right.
a lot of stories from
From
people
that,
the tragedies that they had and everything. Thanks.
You asked for some happy stories. Here's something good. The fall ball for our Fairview Recreation Association. Deadline is tomorrow. There's over 101 subscribers for or registered for baseball, and then over 59 for softball. So if anybody has any kids or grandkids or anything like that that still want to register, they have until tomorrow is the deadline for Fairview Rec Association for baseball and softball. And they have, they have 21 registered for T-ball, 31 registered for U6, 29 for U8, 8 for U10, so they're going to need a couple more for some U10 players, and 12 for U12 baseball. And for softball, they have 21 for U8 for 8U, and 24 for 10U, and 14 for 12U. So it looks like they're going to have at least 2 teams for 10U, 2 teams for 8U, and a bunch of baseball teams. So if anybody has anybody that wants to register and play some fall ball here in Fairview, and so I think they travel a little bit as well. The deadline is tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. So you could just go to fairviewrec.org and register your child, next door neighbor, nephew, grandchildren, doesn't matter. But let's get those numbers a little bit higher. They're doing great. A lot of changes coming up over there. A lot of changes going on at the high school in the next couple of weeks. I think we got the LED lights were delivered today over at Fairview High School, and they're going to be installing them shortly. So the football fields and the baseball fields are going to be a lot brighter. So that's good. Fairview basketball, they have a new scorers table that's going to be digital. So if anybody, they're looking for sponsors. So if anybody wants to sponsor it or run ads for real estate or anything like that, it's now going to be a 16-foot digital board at the on the basketball court. So that'll be great. And then they're working also, hopefully, to get projectors in there as well for scoreboards and on the ground. So trying to do some things up there as well at the school. So some positive thoughts. Just putting it out there. Also, something else very positive. One Church Home, we have a truck that is almost fully loaded with stuff for our backpack giveaway for this Saturday. So that's pretty exciting too. And all the boxes when you were coming into City Hall, that's all going out to for backpacks and for all the kids as well. So the community really stepped up, and it wasn't just One Church Home. It was a couple other organizations as well. So we just got to say thank you to all the businesses that have been contributing, and it's been great. Last year we had a great turnout. We had, I think, 488 backpacks that we gave out, and it's great what our city does. So very pleased about that.
Vice Mayor McDonald, do you want to talk about junior pro football any? I know that we spent a night working on getting all of the equipment and helmets and everything organized for the kids, and that was quite a big deal.
Yeah, we are off and running. They are practicing as we sit here right now. That's where I just came from right before I came up here. We got good numbers this year. Looking forward to a fun season. All new equipment that we received we had a handful of fundraisers throughout the community. We had a golf outing out at Greystone that a lot of community members participated in. That was quite fun. I think that's going to become hopefully an annual thing for us. It raised a good bit of money and it allowed all the community to get together for a good cause. We had Ascension Hospital was very gracious and gave us a very large donation to help with the equipment purchase. One thing, just like everything else, football equipment isn't getting any cheaper. And it becomes more and more challenging to figure out how to fund it and not, one thing you don't want to do is price the kids out from being able to participate. And you have to rely on fundraising activities and sponsorships. So we've had a great deal of support there, and we're very appreciative of it. But yeah, our first game is August 22nd here at the high school. The prior Saturday, I believe, is the 15th. We will be having a jamboree there, which is if you wanted to come out and just see the kids get a little bit of football action in, kind of knock the dust off and get used to competition. And then the following Saturday is our first game against East Hickman. So it should be a good crowd. I'm sure it'll be warm, but it's always fun. But yeah, really excited for the season.
What time is the jamboree? Do you know?
We're not 100% sure yet. It'll start sometime in the afternoon. We're going to try to start it later in the day just to avoid as much heat as possible. It'll probably sometime around 3 or 4 o'clock will most likely begin. The game the following Saturday will be a 5 o'clock start for the young ones. And we have 3 age groups, so anybody who's not familiar with it, you get 3 football games. If you come, you get to see 3. There's the 5, 6, and 7-year-olds, the peewees, and then we have 8 and 9-year-olds, which is the minors, and then we have our major group, which is kind of the 6th grade, 5th and 6th graders, the 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. So it's a lot of fun. And the peewees, they're little kids, and you'd think it's just going to be chaos, which it can be at times, but it's pretty amazing how organized it is, and you know how much effort those kids put in. It's an absolute blast to watch.
And then I remember last year, they were not scored on the whole season.
We had a pretty good year last year. Our
And that
minors,
was impressive.
the middle group, the 8 and 9-year-olds,
Yeah, the
were
minors.
Yeah, they were literally unbeatable. They didn't even allow a point all season. It was
Right.
pretty amazing. Tough standard to live up to. We'll see how this year goes. I'm sure we'll be very competitive, but that's a high bar. So
That group still together, or did some move up?
some moved up, some went on to, some aged out.
College.
Some are playing on the yeah.
mean,
Some are playing on the
they're
majors
impressive.
team now. You know, it's an interesting. You know, you get a lot of kids who start when they're 5 and they'll play all the way up until they're through 9, and then if they haven't hit that growth spurt yet, parents get a little cautious moving them into the majors group, because that's kind of like a middle school age where, you know, depending on, you know, when you're blooming, if you could be behind the curve a little bit, and it's you know, you were super athletic the year before, and now the size difference just makes it hard. So that group's always a challenge. But some of them stayed, and some of them are on that. Some of them went to middle school and are playing on the middle school team, and yeah. But yeah, it was a really good year last year, and we'll continue to try to build off it and see what happens. Since we got nothing to talk about, I'll go ahead and bring this up. And I don't know, I might be stirring the pot more than it needs to be stirred, but there's been a little bit of chatter on Facebook, and really it's just a growing conversation on a national level of these flock cameras. I don't know if anyone has seen that. I just want to let everyone know, the city of Fairview does not have any of those that we have control over. Now, the county, I believe there's a couple that are popping up. As everyone knows, Highway 100 and Highway 96 is owned by the state. They have state right-of-ways, and they can do anything in that area that they want. They do not need our approval, nor can we prevent them from doing it. So if you see any on those thoroughfares, take it up with your state rep. Let them know that you're unhappy about it if you are in that side of the conversation. But yeah, that's all I can speak to on that. There's not any that the city has any jurisdiction over currently in the city of Fairview. And I don't believe there's any plans to. We did have one for the last 5 years or 6 years. I think we got rid of it like a year ago. I wasn't even aware of that until just the other day. But we don't have it anymore. We use there is one camera in town that's located at the Walmart that's been used by, it's the only one that the PD owns, but it is not, unlike Flock, is open database to anybody who's part of that system can access it. The system we use is closed and limited to Fairview PD to have access to. It is not open to anyone who wants to just take a look. So there's there's that. So you don't have to worry about it being hacked, or the company we currently use, according to our police chiefs, have never had a data breach. There's no, and it's limited to Fairview PD.
For those who don't understand what that is, can you explain?
I don't know a whole lot about it. It's a growing conversation on social media from C to C right now regarding the Flock stuff. License plate
Is that an
readers.
acronym for something?
No, it could be, but it's the name of the
Okay.
company.
The name of the
Flock.
company that has the cameras. and
Yeah,
They
it's
just basically do license plate readers and they can track where you go. Sorry, Vice Mayor, I didn't mean to.
No, it's
interject,
fine.
but
Those are open systems. So my understanding, if you could be in California and you could access the data from a Flock camera in New Jersey if you wanted to. And there's so many and they all speak to each other. So if you're driving across the country, you're just registering where you're going and it knows everywhere you've been. Where the cameras we use are limited to our police department. They're not accessible by any outside jurisdictions. They're, and it's not used as like like I said, there's only one, so it's not used to like track you around. It's not notifying anything. My understanding is it's like reverse searchable. So for instance, Walmart has somebody steal products from them and that person's seen getting in a red Honda Civic. That camera can pull all the license plates of red Honda Civics that have left Walmart within that time frame and narrow it down. Okay, there's been 4 cars, red Honda Civics, that have left, and then pull up the picture of the owner, go show Walmart, does this look like the guy? Yeah, that's him, and then it's, figured out. Also from a safety point, Amber Alerts and all of that, if there's, it will notify our police department if someone of interest is showing up on that camera. But it is different from the Flock stuff, and I am not, just to be transparent, not a fan of the Flock camera system. That I'm on that side of the argument, and I felt really good after talking to our police chief about the system that we are using. It's very different than the one that seems to everyone's taking issue with. I believe too the police vehicles have the cameras in their dashboards. Is that correct? Yeah. And something that Chief Humphreys was telling me, which I thought was pretty incredible, like they can simply just drive through, say, the elementary parking lot, and if there's, say, a registered sex offender in that parking lot, that is going to pop, and they're going to know just by driving past that this person's not supposed to be here. So there's a lot of good that comes from that. I think the fact that it's a closed system, it's not tracking you, it's just notifying you of people of persons of interest. I think, I personally don't see the harm in that, since it is limited to Fairview. I would like to add, the only reason I brought that up is because I received about 5, I think it was 5 Facebook messages from people asking about the cameras that were popping up, asking why are we putting Flock cameras in Fairview, and I wanted to, so that's just the facts of the matter.
We're gonna just kind of hang out till 8 because I really would like to give it a full hour, and if y'all, I think I'm gonna give it till 8. That's only 15 minutes, and this was my plan for tonight, so. I'm just getting some work done. Yeah, so, I figure, sort of like, I know this is kind of funny, I guess, but, like at church when they have the altar call, people are like, I want to say this, but I don't know, but the longer you kind of the little bit of, or the longer the time you give, they're like, I'm going to go. I'm going to get up there and say something. So I still have hope. Okay.
I've been researching the 2021 B bond a lot, and I am curious if we are going to have the money spent by December 15th of this year. Anybody know? I know that's probably more of a Mayor Ryle question at this point, but
Would probably need staff to confirm, but I believe the majority of, if not all, has been spent.
gotcha. Maybe one thing I would say in the future, if we do pull another bond of that size for capital projects, that we possibly have a better plan in place before we pull the money, because it seemed like we scrambled to spend it towards the end. And, possibly could have put more maybe towards roads or stormwater. I know there was other funds for that. And I'm by no means an expert in bonds at all. I'm just learning about them. But it seems like we pulled a very large bond out without a plan, or without at least a clear plan. There was a little plan, but not a full, clear plan. And some of the money that was originally, going to go towards project got rerouted to other projects because maybe COVID timing, I don't know. But it got a little wild there at the end. And I think we technically really should have had it spent in 3 years, and we, were able to work with whoever was helping out with that to get it figured out where we didn't have to do any penalty or any, repercussions in those 3 years. Probably got some relief with COVID on that. But yeah, it definitely seemed like a wild ride on that bond money.
Thank you for saying that. I agree with you 100%. And I've spoken with Mayor Ryle. And when we were looking at our plan going forward, what's our 3, what's our 5, what's our 7, what's our 9, that's one of the hallmarks of what a good plan would look like as well. So I wanted to say yes to that, and that I completely agree. And I hope that whether it's this board or a future board, when and if they take out another bond, it is used for the dedicated purpose that it's taken out for. And then that's that.
And then my other question, since we have a little more time, is does anybody know what happened when we first brought up the police training facility, and they were talking with the National Guard to do the horizontal development? And the National Guard was going to do that for free, and it was a program that allowed them to train people, and they would come in and work on the dirt work, basically. Seems like it never got pursued or got dropped, or I just couldn't find anything past the trail of the original conversation. This would have been the conversation in 2021, I believe. It seems like
None of us were on the
the
board.
budget increased a lot on the original plan, and we were supposed to get help on the land part. That's all I got.
I'm happy to look into that, but I don't think any of us were on the board at that time. But we can definitely try to dig back in and see.
Are you sure it's 2021? I don't remember anything ever coming before me on it or anything.
I'm just going to follow up on a question with Wayne. Steve Fox, Fairview. About your retention ponds. I was thinking with all the construction we got going over here for the city center, has all the runoff been mitigated that's going in the ponds at Bowie Lake and all over there?
Bowie.
Yes.
Bowie.
I'll keep a
Bowie
check on them.
sisters, like, you know.
I'm keeping a check on them, but like I said a while ago, I can't stop the flow of water sometimes.
Well, we've had
but-
a lot of big storms here lately.
Yes,
And
but,
floods, and even on
if
my
I can-
road, it's going over the driveway.
If I can see where it's escaping, I'll find a way to get it stopped that way, so.
By testing the water in the ponds over there now. I think Carolyn were you doing that before? Working on the, keeping up with the runoff in the park.
Yes, sir, and I have requested a meeting now that we have a new city planner in place. So I've got a meeting that I'm hopefully going to have with him and Mayor Ryle and to revisit what's happening. And
Everybody was just sitting around. I thought I'd say something anyway.
yes, sir. Oh, I appreciate it. Yes, I mean,
Just answered the
It's
thing
there.
about the AI, call it data centers, the AI centers. We don't have any of those going on here, so that's good. What else we talked about? I was trying. Anyway, that's it.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate
Fox. Yeah. Appreciate it.
So what newspaper reported on you want to give us a little history on that? Because I know you're talking about Rick Warwick and his book out there in the first district. So you think he might have some information? So Rick Warwick had an event at the Fairview Library. I'm just making sure everybody can hear at home. Has someone reached out to see if he has any information? Oliver Arney? So, okay, so what if, is there a way to, I don't know how this works, but is there a way to get a metal? Is the time capsule metal? So like we could get a metal detector and? What newspaper was the article about the time capsule? The Observer? Herald? The Wilmington Herald? Okay, so we could reach out to Darby?
Carol Robinson was writing for them a lot in those days. I don't know whether somebody could check with her or not. Yeah. Okay.
I guess we'll just have to dig up the
They were also
the
going to check.
pavement, right?
They're also going to check with Miss Grimmenstein's son, I think, and see if he has any knowledge of it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure the mystery will be solved at some point. Two minutes. Thank you, Bree, for everything going on at Bowie Park and all the campers. I'm sure they loved it. I'm sure the lakes are full because I'm just used to, at this point, my grass being brown. And all the grass I see around here is like bright green. So you can tell we've had a lot of rain this season. Yeah, I mean, except for the fact that you got to mow it like every other day to keep it low enough to not, not. I don't know if you have a push mower and it gets that thick, long, it's hard to. You kind of have to lift the mower and let it, and then put it back down. So it's kind of hard, but. It is beautiful, though. I mean, all of our grass looks like, at least in my neighborhood, it all looks like a big rug that's bright green. So I'm not used to it being like that at this time of year. It's usually so hot it's kind of burn up, I guess.
I will be following up with the cutting at Historical Village and Cloverleaf because it looks like they haven't been cut in a while. So I'll be following up about that.
I think a lot of people's places look like they haven't been cut just because it's growing so fast. But
I think Richard's due back Monday. I'll ask then.
all right, it's 8 p.m. We're going to bring our town hall to a close. We appreciate everyone being here and those watching at home. And we have the town hall every month that has a fifth Thursday. So if there's a fifth Thursday, just know we intend to be here from 7 to 9. If the conversation cuts off a little early, we'll do 7 to 8. But it's just a laid-back time of us being able to dialogue, where during our board meetings, that's not something we can do. So, but we're always here, and if anyone from the community has concerns, questions, or anything they'd like to address, you can, on the Facebook, we've got all of our phone numbers, and we're more than happy for anyone to reach out to us. And I'm sure I speak for the board. I know that we're all welcoming to conversation and, anything that someone might want us to look into. So with that, I will end our town hall. Thank you for being here.